Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Oops, I'm not showing my thingy in the picture as requested. I'm going to do a requested video, but I'm doubling up 2 in 1. I was quite requested to do a look from this Essence All About Nudes palette. And the colours I have chosen to use are this burgundy colour here and this pink in the middle, and a little bit of the shiny pink in the corner for highlight. So those are the 3 colours I'm going to use from there. Good. And then in my blusher drawer, it was Sharon, I think it was Sharon Fernandez, saw these cream blushes. I've got 2 from Rimmel Wake Me Up, there's another one there, and 3 from Almay. One is a Almay, one is a bronzer. And also the 2 Benitints from Benefit. So I'm going to combine them into one video. So I'm going to do my cheeks with one of those products. Someone's been moving my table around. That's better. I'm in the wrong place. We'll get comfortable. Alright, I'll zoom you in a little bit. I've done one eye and I've done my base makeup. Whoops, we're a bit low. Zoom you a tiny little bit more. There. Is that far enough in? Do a little bit. Don't want to go too far. Because I think when I look at the viewfinder and then upload it, if I do it in too much so I think it's right here, it's then too close when it's on the video. So I think that's about right. I'll just lean in and show you a little bit. That's what I have done. So we'll get on. Took the air behind the ears and pop it over the shoulders out the way. I used, for my crease contour, I used Natural Collection in Milk Chocolate. I will show you what I have on my face at the end of the video. I hope I remember to do it. Just using a fluffy brush. Oh, I have already, I haven't done. I've already used a primer. I used the Essence one. But I haven't, I'm going to dust down over that with the what is this, Wet n Wild Brulee. That's what I've forgotten to do. Alright, now we'll go in with the contour colour for the eye. Remember, start at the outside with the heavier colour and work it into lighter, and remember to blend. You really need to blend this top line. A little bit more. Right. Holding my mirror in one hand, and I'm just going to pop it onto a tin so it's a little bit higher. Right, so I'm going to start with this pink that's in the middle. I put that on my inner part of my eye. This, I had this in my hand and I bounced it and it dropped on the table, and the only one, fortunately, was the one in the middle that broke. And it was just that corner part, and I managed to mend it with it's the isopropyl, is it isopropyl alcohol that you can buy. You can get that on eBay. It's a great way if you've got pigments and you want to make them into a solid eyeshadow, you can use that. And so obviously in mending eyeshadows, I mean, it doesn't affect the eyeshadow in any way at all. It doesn't smell or anything. It doesn't affect the performance of the eyeshadow. Ooh, got itchy head. And then with a fluffy, like dome type brush, I took this colour here at the corner. These eyeshadows aren't keen on having your fingers on. Even if you've got clean fingers, they pick up the oils from your fingers. But they still work. If you use a brush to pick up your shadow, it still works. But move my hair out the way. So I'm just putting that at the outside V and working a little bit of it over the top of the crease too. You just get a I'm going to use a flat brush and run a little bit of that over the top, because I have, yeah, over that side there's quite a bit of it, so I need to just rub that in with that type of brush. I think I'll come a little bit further over onto the eyelid with this colour too. Yes, I have. This is such a pretty colour. Sorry, keep knocking the edge of this tin and it rattles. Right, and then I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just blend that out. It's a really quick look, and if you're very careful, you don't get a lot of fallout from this palette. The idea is to blend and blend and blend, so you're happy with how that is looking. Just check the other side. Move that. Right. I need to pop a little bit more of the crease colour along that top line, just to blend that through a little bit. And I've got a tiny little hair. That's it. Stuck to the side of my nose. Right, and then I use my brulee again, pop that back into the brow bone area at the top, just to finish that off, and blend it in. Like so. I get rid of a bit of this mess going on down here, and I can see what I'm doing. Sorry about that, I disappeared, didn't I? Haven't quite gone to the corner there. There. And then I zoom in a tiny little bit closer for this bit. I took any old black eyeshadow onto a tiny pencil brush, and I used that to run along as eyeliner just along the top lashes, and just blended that away. Didn't want to use a harsh eyeliner, so I thought this would look quite pretty. There you go. That's done with that. And then I've used my lash base from Essence. Told you it was a quick look. Oops. Like that. And then I used a small amount of my Mega Length waterproof from Wet n Wild. Really like this mascara, it's really good. Goes to show you do not have to buy expensive makeup of any kind, really. I mean, that palette that I just showed you would have been maybe £3.50 at the most. I'm not quite sure how much this would have been, but I don't think it's that very much. I mean, I bought mine on eBay, so I did pay a little bit extra than what you would do if you were in the States. Gives really good length. And then over the top of that, I'm going to use my Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara. Ooh, my other eye's watering. So I'm going to go in with the rounded side first. This is amazing mascara, it's so black. And again, this gives you amazing lashes. And I'm going to turn it over and go with the other side where the bristles are longer, and another coat, and comb them through at the same time. There we go, done. Right, I'm going to do my cheeks, and hopefully at the end, if this eye isn't watering, I'll do underneath. Oh, I need to do the inner corner highlight. I'm going to use this pink, which has a little bit of sparkle. I'm just using a small detail brush for that. So I'm just going to pop that on the inner corner, like so. Right. I'm going to zoom you out a tiny bit. Right. I am going to use the Rimmel Wake Me Up in 002 Radiant Rose. These are still on sale on the Rimmel site. This one's 004 Shimmering Sand. But I got both of these in one packet in the pound shop. And the Almay ones I have, this is a Sunkissed. This one's called Sunkissed. Sorry. It's called Sunkissed. This one is called Naturel, and then this one is just Pink Rose. I actually prefer the Rimmel Wake Me Up formula better. I will show you on my wrist how to use the Benetint ones, and just give it a shake and a bit of a squeeze. So it needs a shake. And what I do with these is pop some on the back of my hand, and it comes out looking like that. That is a little bit too much actually. And what I use is a little stippling brush, like so. I'm going to move some of that over there. So I have a small amount there. And what I do is stipple my brush in that first. Take a little bit more from there and just stipple my brush. And then take it to my cheek. And I start at the back of my cheek and then bring it forward and just stipple it on to start with. Light hand, Sharon. A really light hand. That's why it goes on the hand first. And just stipple. And then start to bring it out to the shape that you want. And then start to buff it in until you get your cheek shape. So again, take a little bit onto the back of your hand, the back of your cheek, stipple it on. And then start to buff in. Make sure you try and get it the same on both sides, but it's not easy looking in a small mirror. And you can build the colour up a little bit at a time until you get desired colour on your cheeks. And actually I ended up using all that, so it was the right amount. There you go. And that is how you work with those blushes. And that is the same, I do that the same with, that is the same technique that I use with all of my cream blushes, even the set ones, you know, the set ones in the pans. That's how I work with those too. I'm just going to put my lips on. Let me just bring you down a little bit so you can see. I'm going to use the Essence lip liner in Cute Pink, that's 07. Put my glasses on and I can see what I'm doing. Let me just blot off my lip still. Oh, get your nose, sorry. Outline and fill in. This is such a pretty lip liner. And then I'm going to use the lipstick from Almay, which is, I can't see, maybe you can. There you go. and it's pink like that, because I have a pink jumper on. I thought I'd go with the pink. Actually, I think that's a little bit too much for this look, I think. But I can always change it. Oops, zoom you out a little bit. Take my mirror away and my box. Let me just check my mirror. Actually, it looks okay, actually, I think. There is the look. Hope you like it. And like you said, the cheeks. Now, I was going to show you. I'll show you on my wrist these Benetint colours. I'll use the Posy Tint one first. Right. With this is the thicker one. Comes on like a brush. You can use this on your lips, but I find as a stain, but it dries my lips out. It does look pretty. And again, I would put this on the back of my hand like that. Pick up a brush, rub your brush in, and then actually there isn't enough on there, but let me get a bit more and do it on the back of my hand. Let me rub that off of there and take the other off. See, it does stain. Hence lip stain. Right, I'm going to pop that on the back of my hand. We'll do it there. Pull my sleeves back down now. And what I'm going to do is just blend it. And you would pick that colour up from the back of your hand, and I mean, you need more than that, and you have to work very, very quickly with these tints because they do dry very quickly. And then you would apply it to your cheek in the same way that I've just done the cream. And these do give, you can, if you go with the light hands and layer it up, you can get quite a deep colour, but it is a subtle colour. As you can see there, but it is buildable and you can get a darker colour, and it does last for quite a while. I tend to think that, well, I feel on my skin the real blushes that I call work better for my skin. But they do last. I did wear it yesterday and it did look quite pretty. Now this one is the Benetint, and as you can see it's extremely runny. And again, it comes with a brush, and pop it on the back of your hand, and it is really, really runny. I don't want it running everywhere. And then you get your brush and you work it in like so, and there you get your blusher. And again, this one is buildable too. They are very, very easy to work with, nothing to be frightened of, as long as you just go gently with it to start with. Don't saturate your brush and then just go straight to your cheek, because you'll have so much on your face that you could do the whole face with it. So just go gently. Don't be frightened of them, because they are really, really easy to use, and they do give off this lovely subtle shades of pink cheek colour. They are very, very pretty. Now I'm going to have to scrub like mad to get that off. No, I'm not. I'll just get a... they do come off with makeup wipes quite easy. I'll get one for you. Just an ordinary makeup wipe will get them off. I mean, it's coming off on there, look. And if you use a wash or a cream cleanser, they come off much easier as well. There you go. Just about gone. Right, what have I on my face? Right, so we started off with the 17, what's it called? Stay Time Long Wear Primer. And then we're using Maybelline's new foundation, which is called Dream Flawless Nude, and I have this in Ivory number 10, I think. Yeah, Ivory 10, or is it 01? No, it's 10. It goes that way. And that's what I'm saying I've got on my face today. It's really, really nice foundation. And I contoured with this palette. I used the middle one. I powdered down with my Essence, so it's called All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder, the white one. And then you saw me do the rest. I hope you've enjoyed this look, and I hope I've helped with the colours and stuff. I'll just give you a couple of swatches. Well, I'll swatch the other colours from this palette. This Essence palette. This is the white one in the corner there. Oh, great. That's just come apart there. And we have this taupey one in the middle. And then you saw the light pink one. And then there is that one. There you go. Those are the colours, and then obviously the pink and the purple shade, burgundy shade, purpley burgundy shade that I used. This is a nice colour, looks really pretty when it's on. Oh, I don't think that's broken, I just think it's come out actually. I'm going to get that back in there. No, it hasn't broken, it's just come out of the hinge. The hinge just came out of the holes. The holes haven't broken on the back of the packaging. I'm going to get it back in. But don't you, when I know these are cheaper products, but I really, really wish that they would do something about the packaging. Really, really annoys me. So I hope you've enjoyed that look. I think I've said that before. So I'll say bye for now.